Jai Hind friends, I am from Indian Space Team from PR Department. Today's we discuss about how our home, the Earth, came into existence. Our story begins around 4.5 billion years ago in the infancy of our solar system. Imagine a swirling mass of gas and dust, a cosmic nursery where the seeds of planets are sown. It's in this chaotic maelstrom that our Earth begins to form. Over millions of years, these particles, tiny as they are, begin to clump together. They grow from pebbles to boulders, from mountains to moons, and eventually they form a planet. The heat generated from countless collisions and the decay of radioactive elements within the Earth's core creates an intense furnace, melting the entire planet into a glowing ball of molten rock. But as millions of years pass, the surface begins to cool, forming a thin crust. Volcanoes erupt, spewing out gases trapped within the Earth's interior. These gases form a primitive atmosphere around the planet. It's a harsh, inhospitable place with a searing hot surface, a sky filled with carbon dioxide and nitrogen, and incessant meteor bombardment. Then, around 4 billion years ago, something remarkable happens. Water begins to appear. It's still a mystery exactly how this occurred. Maybe it was brought here by icy comets from the outer solar system, or perhaps it was always here, locked in the rocks and released by volcanic activity. Either way, over time, this water vapor condenses and falls as rain, slowly but surely filling the basins and forming the oceans. These early oceans are a far cry from the blue seas we know today. They are murky, hot, and full of chemicals. But it's within these primeval waters that the next stage of our story takes place. Life, in its simplest form, begins to develop. These microscopic organisms are the humble beginnings of a lineage that leads to all the diverse life we see on Earth today. The stage was set, the oceans were brimming with life, but the Earth was yet to witness a significant change. A cataclysmic event was about to unfold, changing the face of Earth forever. This was not a meteor strike or a volcanic eruption, but something much smaller and seemingly insignificant. It was the work of life forms, tiny bacteria, that were about to trigger what we now call the Great Oxidation Event. 2 billion years ago, Earth was a very different place. There was no breathable oxygen in the atmosphere, and life existed in a world dominated by methane and other gases. But then, something incredible happened. A group of organisms, known as cyanobacteria, evolved the ability to photosynthesize, a process that uses sunlight to convert water and carbon dioxide into energy and oxygen. As these cyanobacteria multiplied and spread across the planet, they began to release oxygen into the atmosphere. At first, this oxygen was absorbed by the oceans and the Earth's crust, but eventually, the oxygen levels began to rise, filling the atmosphere. This process, which took place over millions of years, dramatically altered the composition of the Earth's atmosphere, introducing a significant amount of oxygen for the first time. This transformation was not without consequences. The sudden influx of oxygen was toxic to many of the anaerobic organisms that had thrived in the oxygen-free atmosphere. A mass extinction occurred, wiping out a large portion of life on Earth. But, as always, life found a way. New organisms evolved, ones that could not just tolerate oxygen, but actually required it to survive. The stage was set for the rise of more complex life forms, including, eventually, us. The Great Oxidation Event is a testament to the power of life to shape and change our planet. It was a small, microscopic organism that transformed the Earth's atmosphere, paving the way for the evolution of all oxygen-breathing life, including humans. The Earth now had an atmosphere that would eventually support a species unlike any other. 300,000 years ago, a new player entered the scene, one that would shape the future of Earth. This newcomer was none other than Homo sapiens, or as we prefer to call ourselves, humans. Emerging from the plains of Africa, these early humans were distinguished by their intelligence and adaptability. Over the course of thousands of years, humans migrated, traversing vast landscapes, crossing mighty oceans, and eventually populating every corner of the globe. From the coldest polar regions to the hottest deserts, from towering mountain ranges to the fertile river valleys, no place was unreachable for the indomitable human spirit. But this global spread wasn't just about exploration and survival. It was also about dependence. Humans came to rely heavily on the Earth's biosphere and its abundant natural resources. The air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, all are gifts from the Earth's biosphere. Forests provided timber for shelter, animals offered food and clothing, rivers and lakes quenched our thirst, and minerals from the ground became tools and weapons. But the dependence didn't stop there. It also extended to non-material aspects. The changing seasons dictated our agricultural practices. The positions of celestial bodies guided our navigational endeavors. In essence, our entire existence, our cultures, our religions, our sciences, all are intricately woven into the fabric of the earth and its cycles. However, this dependence was not a one-way street. As humans evolved, they began to modify their environment to suit their needs. Fire was harnessed to cook food and ward off predators. Land was cleared for agriculture. Animals were domesticated. Slowly but surely, humans began to shape the earth as much as it shaped them. And so, the story of human evolution is not merely about the survival of the fittest. It's a story of interaction and interdependence. It's a tale of how a species, with its intelligence and adaptability, came to dominate a planet and in the process forever alter its course. As humans evolved, so did their impact on the earth. With great power comes great responsibility, a lesson humanity is still learning. As the dominant species on Earth, our actions have far-reaching consequences on our planet's environment, the very environment that sustains us. Let's delve into the impact we've made, starting with the Industrial Revolution. This era marked a shift from agrarian societies to one centered around industry and machine manufacturing. While this revolution brought about unprecedented economic growth and technological advancements, it also introduced a new player in the Earth's carbon cycle: us. The burning of fossil fuels like coal, oil, and natural gas for energy and transportation has released vast amounts of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. These gases trap heat from the sun, leading to a rise in the Earth's average temperature, a phenomenon we now know as global warming. This warming has triggered changes in our climate system, leading to more intense and frequent extreme weather events from hurricanes to heat waves. But our impact extends beyond the atmosphere. We've altered the landscape through deforestation, agriculture, and urbanization, disrupting habitats and leading to a loss of biodiversity. We've extracted resources at an unsustainable rate, depleting the Earth's natural reserves. We've polluted our rivers, lakes, and oceans, threatening marine life and contaminating our water supplies. Moreover, our actions have not only put the environment at risk, but also ourselves. Climate change poses threats to our food and water security, health, and homes. Loss of biodiversity can disrupt ecosystems that we rely on for food, pollination, and disease control. Pollution can harm our health and reduce the quality of our life. Yet, despite these challenges, there's still hope. More and more, we see individuals, communities, and nations taking steps to mitigate these impacts. From adopting renewable energy sources and implementing sustainable farming practices to enacting policies to protect our environment, we're beginning to understand the importance of living in harmony with our planet. The Earth has nurtured us, but how are we nurturing it in return? The answer lies not only in acknowledging the impact of our actions, but also in taking responsibility to create a sustainable future for all life on Earth. The Earth's story is far from over, but what does the future hold? Let's dive into the realm of possibilities. Our planet's future is not set in stone. It's a dynamic narrative, shaped by a myriad of factors, with human action playing a crucial role. Based on current trends, there are several potential scenarios we could find ourselves in. One of the most pressing concerns is climate change, a phenomenon largely driven by human activities. As we continue to emit greenhouse gases at an alarming rate, the planet is warming up. If this trend continues unchecked, we could be looking at a drastically different world. Rising sea levels could submerge coastal cities, while extreme weather events could become the new norm. Conversely, if we take decisive action, we could mitigate these effects. A shift towards renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, and a circular economy could help us curb emissions and stabilize the global climate. In this scenario, we could see a future where humanity coexists harmoniously with nature, preserving our planet for future generations. Then there's the exciting prospect of technological advancement. The leaps we've made in fields like artificial intelligence, space exploration, and biotechnology could fundamentally reshape our world. Imagine a future where we harness the power of AI to solve complex problems, or where we establish colonies on other planets. However, it's important to remember that these advancements also come with their own set of challenges. The ethical implications of AI, the potential for space colonization to exacerbate inequality, and the risks associated with genetic modification are all things we'll need to navigate carefully. So, what does the future hold? Well, that's largely up to us. The choices we make today will have far-reaching implications, shaping the world of tomorrow. As we move forward, we must do so with a sense of responsibility, understanding that our actions have the power to alter our planet's trajectory. Please share this video. For improve your relative knowledge, the future of Earth rests in our hands. What chapter will we write in Earth's ongoing saga?